Good morning, everyone. My name is Ted Posobiec, as Dan had mentioned. I'm with WINvesting, Winning Circle, E-mini Insider. And let's get going. I've got an early bird trade that I do. I want to go over several things with you. We'll start with a disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor or anything. I'm just here to show you what I do, what works for me, and if it works for me, test it out for yourself and see if it works for you. Not all the trading will work for everybody the same because everybody's a little different. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I can go through. So let's get started with an overview. My overview page isn't coming up. I call this one here the early bird trade. We're going to go over that, show some back test results, what I have on my own charts. For this particular trade, it's really nothing, but we'll go over that. The time I'm going to start this trade, and what do I need for the trade. We'll just go into everything over this. Then this trade starts at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All my trades are Eastern Standard Time. I am in Eastern Standard Time, so yes, this is being recorded. This trade starts at 6 a.m. Like I said, I'm up. I have bought my own house or house to trade out of. I don't trade in my home. My wife has a business there herself, and just want to get a little more concentrated on what I do. So I come to work every morning, and this trade is good for people that are getting up and maybe getting ready for work, or just getting off and just before they go to bed. So it's a trade that works in the morning that I like. The market I'm going to be looking at is the YM. This here is a trade with a 4-tick stop. You can see up at the top. This is a performance. 4-tick trade, 4-tick stop with an 8-tick and a 16-tick target. As you come down, you can see the net profit was 1,600. This is already calculated in with fees, broker's fees and stuff. So I had a gross loss, the profit factor, everything is lined up in here. Trades I started from 4/29. Actually, its start date is 3/2/06 at 6 o'clock, 6:01 in the morning was this actual start and time. This was the actual end time on here for the, so the start date, end date, total trades 146, 63% win rate. I'm not concerned about if I have to have an 80 or a 90% win rate. All I'm concerned about at the end of the day or the end of the week, if it's profitable or not. So winning trades, longs, shorts, just about everything like you can get out of the Ninja platform. It shows all of the same stuff here. So that's using this strategy here. And I went back and used this strategy. This is the one that I like to use. Not saying that I use it all the time. I have different strategies or different ATMs for different things, just depending on what the volume is like in the morning. Get to the next one here. Now this here is the YM, and I changed things around with a 15-tick stop and a 15-tick target with a break even of +5. So that means that as soon as the trade went in my direction 5 ticks, I moved it to break even. Profit target was a little better. This is only using one contract now, not two. It was a little bit better. The percentage went down a little bit. Profit factor was up. My gross loss was only this. As you can see coming down, average trade $30, using one contract, average winning trade. Then I have one more that I've done. A fixed 10-tick stop with a 10-tick target. Ended up having the same or close to the same loss. Profit factor went down a little bit. Max drawdown. Let's go back and see what the max drawdown was on that. On this 15 and 15 was $305. On the 4-tick, 165. This one here was the only one that I used two contracts on. So in doing all of this, I decided to go with a happy medium. I have a 7-tick stop for the most part, and a 2-tick target. 2-tick, not 2-tick target. I use two targets. So I can go back and redo any of this. Everything stays the same, but I'll change the stops, the profit targets, so on. And what do I use? I use a 1-minute chart for this particular trade. We're going to get into the trade. I won't be doing any live trades today because 6 a.m. has come and gone. I did take it this morning. I'll only use the drawing tools that come with Ninja, or I have a shortcut toolbar that I grab on if I don't remember the shortcut tools. The setup. I'll mark the 5-minute range before 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now bracket the trades as close to the 6 a.m. hour as possible. I don't want to be too early, and I don't care if I'm a little late because sometimes the second entry is a little better than the first, but I don't want to get in too early. Now, sometimes this trade does happen earlier, but I don't worry about it. It might take off a little earlier. I'll wait for a pullback and get back into the same place. Like it says right here, I'll get back in the trade if I am taken out or I run my stop a little too tight. Because once I'm in a trade, I'll manage my stop myself. I don't use an automatic trailer. This is 6 a.m. Eastern. The trade can start early or it may not trigger for some time. This trade it doesn't always happen right at 6 o'clock. This might take 5, 10, 15 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, but I'm here to watch it once it goes in. A lot of time I'm not going to keep my eye on it. Once the trades are in, I'll go do other things or set up other charts for other types of trading that I do, and just let it go. But once I'm in it, I'll start managing it from there. But I'm not going to wait for it to trigger me in. This time, the time in the morning that it starts, it is pretty slow. But when this thing does want to go, it's real good for 20, 30 ticks. The other indicators that I like, but not necessarily that I have to have, is the toolbar shortcut. I'll be bringing a chart over and explaining this after this video right here. A countdown timer. Possibly I'll put a swing indicator on, pivot, and you can add any other indicator that you like on a particular chart. Whatever's working for you, keep using it. I'm not trying to get anybody to change their thing. You can put like a momentum indicator, a MACD, ADX, volume. And we'll go over here and I'll point out the certain things that I have on this chart. It's pretty naked. I don't even have the timer on it. So here's my toolbar, the toolbar shortcut. I do have a volume meter on this. If I want to go in and put the swing, it's pretty much just not pretty much, it is standard with Ninja. And let's go with there's a swing indicator. The strength would be 5. And let's go ahead and put that in. Oops. I have a lot of indicators that I don't use. They're just in here just to make a mess. Label line, what that'll do is that just sets up a price over to the right side here, and a horizontal line. That one there I really don't hardly ever use. Timer. I'll use this one because it's easier to find, and apply on that. That would be what my chart looks like. And like I say, you can put anything else on it you like. You could put EMAs. If I'm using different charts, I have the EMAs on that, and I can get into different types of trades later on with that. And I usually put all these trades out in WINvesting on my Thursday course. So we have this up. Let's go to what the rules are. You guys can write these down. Rule 1 for the crossover trade. I'll say this right off the bat. Rules for breakout trades or time trades or opening trades really have no rules. They're going to do what they want to do. But this gives you a chance to get in long or short. There are nuances that come in that you may want to go the opposite way. I'm not going to get into that. That comes in later on. Different stuff. Oops, this is wrong slide. This is for a crossover. Crossover rules. Once the trade is set up, we'll come back over to the chart. Start making some. We'll go back a few days. Standard 1-minute chart. Just bring this over a few days. I don't know where to start or stop, so let's just find a spot. I don't like showing people how to do it like this. I'd rather do it live or in a market replay type thing. So do the best I can here. We'll just start here on the 20th and go over several days of how I set it up. So once I'm setting it up, you'll see the repetition. And so because I'm starting at 6 o'clock, the reason why I myself get up early is my wife she has a daycare that she runs, and she gets up anywhere from 4:30 to 5:15. So when she gets up, I get up and get ready to come to the office, and I'm here usually by 5:30, quarter to 6. And I'll check my chart out. This is the first. I want to go through everything that I do in the morning. First thing I want to do is use my tools to find the highs and lows for the session. Now you can do this any way you like. From 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock is the open. I got a high and a low here, which is fine. And then I'll draw a trend line. I like drawing trend lines. It comes down there. We have an overshoot at this time. Then I'll just remove this. I know the trend is, this trend is down, but I also see that we're going sideways now. The market moved up from overnight to the open, pulled back, came back down, and it's going sideways now. What I want to do is get ready. I used to draw a line for the high and the low. We get close to 6 o'clock at, see if I can pull this over enough. $5.50. When it gets to 5:55, that's where I start my time. Here we go, right there. Now grab my box. I want it kind of big so I can see it to start with. And I'll put a line here. And then I know that this candle here is my starting candle. So I'm up here, and I'll just take this box and go down to the low. Thanks, Alex. Slide that over. And we're still into this range here. 6 o'clock comes up right there. I'm going to place an order anywhere from 1 to 3 ticks below. And I'll put 2 to 3 ticks above. And what I'm looking at here is I have resistance here with these swing areas. This swing high here down to this swing low. This one here might give me a little problem. Not sure what's going to happen. And we get taken into the trade here to the short side with the trend line. I remember that it was down. I would prefer the trade to go down because from 3 o'clock it started coming back down. So with a 4 or 5 tick target, that's what I'm looking at right there. That would be the first target. You can go for a 4 ticks, which is a point. That's $20. Each one of these, each tick here represents $5. Then we came back up. It didn't hit me for the stop or the target. Let's say I did get, if this does take me out, I'm ready. I'll get back in again. And it took me out again, so I'll wait there. 2 times, that's enough for me. Now it really has to show up that it's going to go. If you went for 4 ticks, no, you still didn't get it on this particular one. So this here could be a loss for this day. I start with a 7 tick stop. Now the thing is that I have that I've showed prior to that, I've used a 10 tick stop and a 15 tick stop. It just depends on what the market is doing on a particular day, what I'm going to do with it. And what I do is I'll look at the volume down here. Right now, you're working with a real low volume this time in the morning. See if we get taken to the top side. We got taken in, and this trade this particular day didn't pan out too well until unless you got in the second time up. Usually the second entries are a little better than the first. So we'll go on. Say that was a scratch or a no winner. Now, if you play this here. You still can play this at the same time. Again, if you're still up, just use the same line here. Bring this out past the hour. It goes past 7 o'clock. Look at this. This really didn't get taken off until 6, a little after 6 o'clock. You got taken in. If you didn't get stopped out, you could still be in. Your stops are going to have to fit what works for you. A question, Chris. After 2 losses, do I stop? If I'm trading one contract and take 4 tick hits, I'll keep trying it, one way or the other. Usually 2 to the downside after the second one, and 2 to the upside. So that'd be 4. It's going to work. It's going to go one way or the other. And this particular day here didn't work out for. If I'm using a 4 tick stop, it's not working. 7 tick it might have. Let's try another day, show you the setup. And I'll just slide this. Get rid of that. Let's start the next day. See different areas here. Those are all nice breakouts. I think I missed a day. Nope. I'll take this trade all the way to 7:30. Normally on my breakout trades or time trades, I have a 3-minute time on it. On the 6 o'clock, I do not. I just put in the high and lows from 3 o'clock while I'm going by it. We had a nice run down. I want to know where the 55 is. I'll get my box. And start it. We have a low and we have the high right at the top of this. I'll keep it up there for a few seconds or see if it goes higher, which it did. 6 o'clock comes along. Place my trade bracket. Taken in. 8 ticks. 7 ticks. 7 or 8 ticks. That's 2 points if it's 8. And that would have been, to me, that's a good trade. I have a 5 and a 10 tick target up here. So the first one's hit. And possibly the second one. And I'll wait. I'd like to see it break below this line again before I get in. Now, once it breaks below and closes, I will wait a little bit to see if it comes down a little further to get triggered in the short side, or I will go in to the upside. If I kept everything at this time, it run down, you're in the trade. And you're out of the trade. So you either wait, market move down, it's going sideways, it's going to break out again. You can't bring your next target in down below this to get back in for your second one, or just keep taking this one here. That's going to be something you'll have to work on yourself. Yes, I do move my stop, and I move it pretty quick. If I have a 7 tick or 8, let's put it this way, if I'm using a 15 tick stop, I don't take a 15 tick stop. I might start out with that, but I tighten things up pretty quick. If I have a 7 tick stop, whatever my stop is at, I do not like getting taken out at that stop. I will, if I have a 7, 6 is better. It's 1 tick. At least I didn't get stopped out at my max. That's how I play my things. That's just what I've always done. If I have a 10 tick stop, a 9 is better than a 10, but usually I'll bring it up to half, 5 tick, 4 tick, 3 tick, and then once it hits a certain, hits the first target, I'll go ahead and bring it to stop even, maybe even +1. Second entry there worked very well, and it really wouldn't have mattered if you got into this one here. Maybe you take it out and get back into the same spot and take it down. I have seen and have been in some of these that you see this one here, you get in here, comes back one time, and then it just shoots down with no green in it at all, just falling down or going up. Be like this run here, only longer. And that's what caught my eye one morning. I was watching, I had YM up because Matt was talking about trading YM, and I put this particular chart up, the 1 minute chart. There was nothing on it. And 6:30 came, I had to set up on another chart, and I looked up at YM. I said, wow, that was really good. And when I seen that, I started looking at it, doing some back testing on it, and the next day I went right straight in and started to trade it live. So the trade didn't really get finished till about 7 o'clock. So that's why I say I'll stay in this trade. Sometimes it can be the longest trade I'm in, and then other days, once you're in it and you're in it and out of it, and the market just moves pretty good. It just depends on what the volume is. Let's go through some more setups here, and I want to bring you in today to show you what happened. I took 1 loss and 1 win. Actually 2 wins on it. I took it a couple of times. Here's 22. Had to run down, going sideways. There's the 5 o'clock or 5:55. Draw your box, high and low. So we're looking at, I prefer the short, because you can take a look back here. You can just see it. I don't need an indicator to tell me that the trend went down. That would be a longer term. The shorter term is going up, and actually you'd be in a wedge. So if you did put a line up here off that short there, off the red candle here, and you even come up here, it's wedging down. when you look at the charts enough, you can see a lot of this stuff without. There we go. Here's this, and with the market only being $5 a tick, I'm good with even a bigger stop if needed. I'm not looking to make a whole bunch on this. If I can get my account up a couple $100 prior to the open and then be done by the open, it's all good with me. That one come down, look at where it bounced. So if I'm running that second target, I like using the swing areas and the lows, which is a swing. These are support and resistance areas. Just watch it, see it bounce down. I'd take 1 or 2 ticks above this for a target, and then second target down here. I will spread my targets out if I see something that's more than 4 ticks or 5 ticks. Then again, I will also take 3 ticks. If the market just doesn't look like it's getting it, if I see a lot of this stuff here, I'm going to take what I can. 3 ticks is good. I'm not greedy. I don't care if I leave anything on the table. I got a question here. There's a lot of questions here. Sorry if I'm missing them. Dan's answering some of them himself. Does this technique work in other index markets? Yes, it does. I don't know about ES, but I do know it works in 2 of the others. ES, I haven't really looked at it on ES. I pulled my ES charts off for in the morning. I'd rather trade those around after 7:30 is when I start looking at the ES. I do know one of the guys in the room here right now is trading that on CL. So it does work on that. I know it works on NQ and YM, TF occasionally, but I like the YM or NQ most of all. What I do is I'll look and see who's got the most volume running at that day. Sometimes YM is higher than NQ. TF is not as high for some reason. Whatever it is, I don't care. I'm looking who's got the most volume coming in. After 7:30, use different strategies to trade. I use different strategies regardless of what time I'm up. That just happens to be I'm up. I work on the YM chart first, the highs, lows, everything, because I know that I've liked what I have seen over several months. Then the next one that I'll do is NQ. I can take these trades on top of each other. So I'll have a trade sitting out on one market and a trade sitting out, the same trades, the bracket the trades. CL I haven't been doing lately because I'm in these, and CL has just been weird. It's working for some of the guys out there. I do know that. On an average, how many ticks? Well, let's I'm looking at, I've got it written down here. I knew that question was going to come up, and I've got it written in some notes here. Give me a second here, and I'll find it. Overall, from the time start to time finish, it would be 12 ticks. Some of those is because I've taken 20 and 30 on that. Just for a general, I'm good if I get 5 ticks out of this particular trade today. That's 5 ticks. You load that up with 2 contracts. You know, that's fine. I'm not looking to make a killing on it, as long as it's consistent, and I have found it to be pretty consistent. If you're going to take longer, have wider stops, bigger targets, it would be a little bit more. 8 would be great. 8 ticks. Let's go to May. I did have some problems a couple of days, and FM at those notes right in front of me. Wednesday, FMOC was not a very good day. I got ate up Wednesday on that particular trade, FMOC, and the day after. Actually, that was Thursday and Friday, I believe. It could have been Wednesday and Thursday. I didn't put the date down, but I do have the notes up. I keep notes of every day of what days actually worked for and why it didn't. I did find that trading in areas, if you haven't seen a lot of dojis, I didn't particularly like, but on the other hand, they did tend to work out after the market started moving again. And if you let it set out there, you could have sat in that trade for 20, 30 minutes. Does everybody get the gist of finding the, you started at 555, draw your box, the high and the low, bracket, OCO. You can use an OCO if you want. I do both. Bracket the trade. You're in the trade. Be happy with 4 or 5 ticks. You got 2 points there. This is futures. I don't trade stocks that early in the morning, and I don't trade Forex at all. E-mini futures, the Dow. Thanks, Dan. Comes back up, second entry. That I know I took this one on a second entry also. Got that. Took the second entry right there. Same spot, and took it down. Let's get over to closer to today. Let's do this from here. Whoa, look at that. Sweet. Wow, that is great. That was a good move. Russ, Wayne, I hope you guys took that. Here we go. Today, let's mark it up. Had a high, had lows, and again, without using any other indicators, I do have indicators that will mark all of this stuff out, but it's not necessary to have them. If you learn your platform, I did take a short here, got in a little too early, and I got taken out. I got this run up. Wasn't a lot. I took 2 points off this, waited, and because of other techniques that I have, that I do, I took this run down to there. Hey, is that Tomcat? Yeah, I'd rather do this live, or he's saying it's painful to watch me teaching it this way. It is. I agree. I would rather be doing this market replay or having you guys watch me do this live every day. And this is not what I like to, how I like to teach it, but that's what it is. The market is done, and I can't help that. Do we have any other questions? Yesterday, we'll go back to yesterday. And do another setup. Yes, this is being recorded. We'll draw the box here. We know it's at 6 o'clock here. The high was up here. Just bracket, what I'll do is bracket the trade. Again, high, low, take it in. If you would have gotten in here, you did take it. You did get taken out. You got back in. Depending on where your stop is, 4 to 6. Why 6 o'clock is just happened to be that at that time, Jerry. It's what I seen that worked then, and it was working, and it still is working. It's working for me very well. It's a trade that anybody can do, that if they're getting up to go to work, getting ready to go to bed because they're working third shift or whatever. It's just what I see that is worked. John Honorman has a trade room that 20 ticks a day. It's time trades, different things, and he's real good at putting things out. And when I seen this trade come up, it's no different. You can take these trades on the hour if you want. No directional indicators. Yeah. This is what I like my chart clean. See these dots here on this? That's really too heavy for me. But if I had them any less than 0.25, you guys probably wouldn't see them very well. I don't even want to see them like this. I just want to have them like almost like a ghost. I really like my charts clean. Now I will have different EMAs on it to help with a let's just go you think that's bad? I've got another trade that I do here. We'll do that's good enough. I don't like that. Not by itself. A 50 would be better. You know, just put whatever you like on the chart, whatever helps you out. Myself, I'm going with trend line like this, trend line coming up, and a lot of times I don't even use those because I can see it. I don't need the indicator to show me what way it's down, and the highs and the lows. That's it. The box, I like the box. Reading order flow, I do. I have, I'll have that up, but in the morning like this with the volume pretty low, I don't find it order flow, OFA rather, that it really helps me out very much. That's minimized down to give me more real estate what on the other charts that I'm working, because when I want to see this whole screen. I do have 6 screens, 2 trade computers. This is 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Bill. Yeah, I'm a member there too, Tom. I've got, Dan, do I have any more time? Yeah, Bill, you know, if it's too early for you, I wouldn't get up just to take the trade, because you could be up early and have to stay up until it triggers you in. I just happen to be up at that time, and I know there's some other guys that are up that time also. Mike, no, not the way that the Ninja, or at least not the way that I have it set up. If it's an OCO, the order will cancel the other one out. And how I do that is I'll just come here. Let's see. I am in Sim. I'll go ahead and show you what that does if you don't know. Just throw it in. And even when I'm in Sim, I do not like losing in Sim. Down. So I'm going to put a just to get it in. It knocked the other one out, and then my stop goes up here. Now it depends on your platform. If you might get that to work on yours on the opposite side. Different trading strategies I have would be here's a 10, 20, and a 30 with an auto stop. 12 starting out at a 12 tick stop. I have used this. No, not me. E-mini is not all day for me. Let's go ahead. I want to write some of this stuff down, and we'll go with the time this trade. Oops. I have a lot of different other trades that I do, and different setups that I do. Some of them will work real good with this particular trade. If you're using EMAs, wait for a crossover. This is the only trade that I'll be talking about today. This is what I had this talk about. 6 a.m. trade I'll be doing, but you can use this on any market. I encourage you to go through and check it on anything that you like. And if it works on something that you normally trade, then go ahead and give it a shot. Try it, back test it, sim trade it, and then go live if it's working for you. 6 a.m. trade, YM. Start 5 minutes. The end time is when you stop the moving the brackets further. The stop, I say 4 to 8 ticks. That depends on you. You can go 4, 8, 12, 15, whatever you like. But make sure that if you have a 4-tick stop, you have a 4-tick target. If you have a target of 8-tick stop, I like an 8-tick target. Targets 4, 8, and 12 plus. Yes, same time. I'd use the same time. Once you start looking at it, start looking at it at 6 o'clock. Then look to the left. If you pull up a chart, we'll go to yesterday, I guess. I want to show you this. Things slide. The times will slide at different times. Here we have 6 o'clock. Look to the left. See what I've got there? So if you look to the left, if I put this chart up like this, I got my the start time that I'm looking at. Maybe I need to get up earlier. What do you think? Look at the run. Look at the run. Now I'm up at, let's try to open this. I want to keep 6 o'clock in here, but I want to get some other trade. Now look to the right. You had this big area here that was a sideways move. I'm getting into a lot more than I had planned, but it's okay. See the move here? What time? From 6 o'clock. What time did it go? not only do you have a, you got to move down, you got to move up. You got to move up. Take a look at what times these are. See if they fall into your time zone. If you're up later or earlier, I see. I know there's a lot of people up at this time here. Does that make sense to you? The red moving average is just one I threw up there. That's a 50. If I'm using moving averages, I like 8, 9, or 10. 8, 9, or 10, 13 or 21, 40, 44 to 50, 60 EMAs. I have a wide range. Normally it's 8, 9, 21, and 50. That's what I would normally have on a chart. I just want to get this out so that just to let you know that it's not necessary to have all the indicators on here. This here just helps, well, if you're going to do different types of trades for crossovers, pullbacks off that. But when I'm looking at the trade, let's say this here, let's say this was 6 o'clock, or maybe I'm doing this at 4:30 breakout, whatever. And I see the move going down. I start drawing my lines out. And this would, we'll go to 6 o'clock. I want to do the 6 because that's what time this is. And I see a high here, or I've got this high here. It comes down here. I'm going from this point to this point. Now, if 6 o'clock ended up in this area here, yes, this is going to be changed coming down here. But again, we've got a new high here. So right now I'm looking at, I want this short. And if I'm up, I'm real tempted to take this short here rather than wait for it to come down here. But that's totally a different thing. That's what I would get into later on down the road. Yes. If you like simple moving averages, use simple, and I would use the same numbers. So I've used simple moving averages on other charts. I like those on, to tell you the truth, I like them on tick charts. No, my computer is Eastern Standard Time. Again, the trade setup, we'll go through the rules again. I know I had them here. 6 a.m., YM, use whatever, look at other markets on it. Look at YM, NQ, 6E was a good one to possibly look at that. There's a lot of movement there. But this early bird trade that I've set up here for this webinar, and I've been trading this for some time now, and doing very well with it. I'm pleased with it. When I called Dan, tell him I wanted to do something about it with this, I've put this trade out in WINvesting, the winner circle, and I do know that there's several other people doing it. It's just a time trade. That's all. Dan, could you have Robert, maybe he needs to restart. If he can't hear, he might need to restart. Everybody can hear me fine? Okay, thanks, Mike. Mike that just answered yes, that he could hear me. He was doing CL this morning on that particular train. So what, Theo? So will you take a max of 4 trades on this trade, 2 longs, 2 shorts per day between 6 and 7? I don't want to do more than 4, but I will take whatever it takes. If the market seems like it wants to head down, I'll keep trying to do the 3 trades. But my thing is I have a maximum daily loss, and I will shorten up the contracts. Instead of 2, I'll probably only put in 1. So I don't like taking more than 2 on each side, but I do, and I have, but it just really I really want it to come down. My max loss per day is 400. I haven't hit 400 loss per day in a long time. I usually, if I'm losing $200 and I just can't get it right, I quit. Usually I have trades in between that 6 o'clock trade, and there might be one shows up somewhere along the line. I'll take that on either CL, gold. If I take 3 losing trades in a row, I'll stop trading live, go into sim till I get 3 in a row, or figure out what I'm doing wrong. Now I might take another trade in sim and then go live after that for the 4th or 5th time, but usually I'm not taking a full loss on a particular trade. Does that make sense, Theo? Yeah. There's a lot of things that get involved into it, and until you know yourself, and I know myself. I know that I hate taking a $400 a day loss, and I have in the past. It's been a very long time since I've taken a hit like that. A very long, because I'll cut it off a lot sooner than that. With $5 a tick, at 10 ticks, 2 contracts, that's like trading CL. Only I don't think it's as choppy. Even on these trades here, the 6 a.m. trade, I vary unless the market just jumps right up, which it can. This trade here, it can jump up and knock me out. If I'm running a 7-tick stop, it's very, very seldom that I take that full 7 because I'm coming down. That's where watching me do this live or watching me do this in market replay, and when I do a market replay and I have a group of people that are watching me do it, I want them to throw me out a date. I want them to throw me out a time. If it's on anything, this 6 a.m. trade, it would have to be 6 a.m., but you can put it on any market. And I trade it the same way as I trade live. So the rules are always the same, and you can watch how I put the stop in. And the reason why I haven't given me that is so they know that I don't have something that I'm looking at. I really like doing this stuff on a live side. Market replay to me is just as good. If you're not using market replay, you really should to do some of your own testing to get you used to placing your trades and knowing where you need to put your stops, how to run it. I had to answer. Somebody still doesn't have it. They have audio problems on their end. We go through different. Here's a 3 and 5 tick. 3 tick stop loss, 5 tick max profit. That's better than a 1-to-1. I still like the start out with 7 or 8 tick targets and then go from there. 4 ticks. If I see that the market is not going to give me what I want, I'll go ahead and get out at 3 ticks for the profit. 15, or if you're running 2 contracts, $30 is better than nothing. And that's just the way that I look at it. I have a whole different way of looking what I'm looking for a profit target. Yeah, I want to get these long runs, but if they don't happen, or if it doesn't, this one here was good. Everything stayed red. I don't like seeing. Let's say I was going in short or long here, wouldn't matter. But I have a lot of wicks, candlesticks. Dan, can you let Doug know how to get a copy of this? I think you're going to email it out. Go through another setup here, one step at a time, and learn it, understand it, and practice it. First thing I want to do is I want to get a vertical line out. Oh, darn it. Wish I hadn't seen that. I'll forget. 555. Next thing I'll do, you can use lines up there if you want to. I find that box doesn't extend all the way past where I really want to go, so use what you like. You find the high, the low, and 6 o'clock, there's your 6 o'clock open. 2, 3, 1, 3, 5 ticks, don't really matter. 3 ticks. I find that the 3 tick I like better than a 2 and 1, because sometimes you get and it's only on this particular trade. It gets you out of the whip, come up, get you in to take you right back down. Let's say I got into this trade here. It comes up there for the 3 tick, and then I'll move it down. But I also have this bracketed down here for a short. And if I'm using an OCO order, that would have taken this one out, it'd be in this trade. Once I was out of the trade, I'd place the trade back in. I would be in the trade here for a short. And four ticks, possibly we could have gotten 5 on that. If you're still in it, you would have been taken out. At least I'd have been at break even. Wouldn't have been bad. This one here, I'd still be in, same spot, and then take it up. So there would, if you're running 2 targets or 1 target, doesn't matter. 4 ticks, look at getting 4. Get 4, get out. Get 3, get out. Just if you're running 1 target, you can put 2, 3 contracts on it. Just I find it a real nice and pretty much less stressful than a lot of the other trades that I might be taking. I have used range charts and Renko charts. You can do this on any type of chart that you want. If you want to do this on a range chart, Renko chart, using different indicators on that help out a lot. Yes. I like tick charts too. Yep, I agree. They're a little, they show a little bit smoothness. Thanks, Theo. That's good. You know, use a chart setup or chart that you like. Just add the time in there. You can get the as close to 6 o'clock as possible, and with using those other charts, you might be able to even see the trend a little better of what way it's going to go. Again, one more time. Find your 6 o'clock or 5:55 is where you start it. You get the high and low 5 minutes prior. If you want, you can even go back further, go for 10 minutes. I like 5 minutes. Bracket the high, bracket the low. Keep it in there. Keep your stops. I wouldn't go with a 20 tick stop or anything like that unless you can afford it, but there's really no need for it. If you're going for 4 or 5 ticks, 10 ticks, 8 ticks, 2 points, 3 points, they will give you that, but it's on a day-to-day basis whether you see it or you actually get it. If you stayed into this before 7 o'clock, you got a pretty good run up, but you got whipped back down here. And I'll run this, I can run this trade all the way to 7 o'clock. Then that starts something different. We have any other questions? I hope I've made this clear enough where you can actually go out tomorrow, go over some back testing today, see what you think, and if it's something just to throw out there, just to give you an idea of what you can do. This trade does work. It doesn't work 100% of the time, as you've seen in the test there, and some of those were actually the first one, 4 tick stop, 8 tick. That's live stuff there. The other ones I just changed some numbers around to see what would happen. The swing indicators, that's just a swing. It's standard with Ninja. And one way to get to your indicators faster, especially when you have a lot, if you just click here and then hit S for swing. I'm looking for swing stuff. I need to get a lot of this off. Swing right there. You can go in and set this strength up different, find out what works for you. I have no idea if they have it on TradeStation or not. I don't have it. I use Ninja. Sorry, Ed. Somebody out there that has TradeStation, I don't see why they wouldn't have it. When is the best time to trade? When is the best time of the year to visit Australia? I don't know. I'm not in Australia. You're welcome, Ed. Got a couple minutes here for anybody else got any other questions. Again, if you're going to use EMAs, SMAs, I like the 8 or 9, 21, and 50 the best. That's my favorite. TY. how to change the background of the chart. Go to Properties. You right-click, go to Properties. See the color background? That's where you change that. If you change that, anything that's white will have to be changed to black or another color. Again, one, go to Properties and change the color there. Six o'clock trade, 6 o'clock YM trade. This is a 6 a.m. trade. You start the time at between 5:55 a.m. to 6 a.m. Get in as close to 6 a.m. as possible, or I don't want to get in too much before 6 a.m. like 5:59. I want to be in 5:59 and 30 seconds, 20 seconds prior to the 6 a.m. hour. I don't mind if I'm a little late, but I don't want to be too early. Once you have the high and the low of the 5-minute range, place a order in above and below your box or your lines, whatever you have. I use a 4 to 8 tick stop with targets of 4, 8, and 12. It just depends on what you're doing. If you have 3 contracts out, you can run it that way, or a 1. If you're using a 4 tick stop, you want a 4 tick target, or 8. Just depends on how you want to use that. I have, that's about it. Anybody have anything else, or free to write it in? I'm just about ready to get off and send this back over to Dan.
Ted, you want to talk a little bit about
Thursday.
your E-mini Insider class?
Yeah, I don't have a slide for that other than my front page. E-mini Insider class course, not so much a class as talk. Sometimes I do live trading in that. Scene, what was your question? No, I have not used this with future options. The WINvesting's Winning Circle E-mini Insider, Thursdays at 12:30. I go over different types of trade setups that I do. Sometimes I'll come in and just do live trading between 12:30 and 1:30. Sometimes I'll even run it longer into 2:30 because sometimes the market moves fairly well after that. I've summarized. I don't know what else I can do to summarize that for you. It starts at 6 a.m. You bracket the 5 minutes prior to 6 a.m. Bracket that. Place a trade above and below your high and low points there. Come in on next Thursday for 12:30, free entry, and we'll go over possibly this trade or some other trades that might come up at that time. And anything else there? There's questions, more questions that I have. I like to find out what people are trading, what systems are trading, who have they been with, and see if I can help them out with that. I like teaching and going through other classes. I believe in continuing education. This is one way I can learn more things on myself. If I teach it to someone, that makes me better at knowing what I'm doing. And I really think that if you can teach someone, if you find a setup that you like, teach someone else that setup, It will reinforce everything that you have learned yourself.